Welcome back to the Smoky Mouse, everybody. Today I'll be reading news about ALYI. The news are from Monday, August 16th, 2021. And in the last trading session, the stock was down 23.10%. The headline shows ALYI CEO sees potential expansion of EV taxi program from 2,000 to 20,000 orders. Alternate Systems Inc., ALYI, today released a report from CEO Dr. Randall Torno on the company's electric vehicle EV taxi pilot program in Africa. Dr. Torno recently returned to Dallas following EV pilot waypoint meetings in Nairobi, managing the company's ongoing EV taxi pilot program. Dr. Torno also visited Addis Ababa in conjunction with the anticipated expansion of the pilot into Ethiopia. Below is Dr. Torno's report following the waypoint meetings. CEO EV Taxi Pilot Program Waypoint Report. There's a key word we use to describe our electric vehicle program. That word is comprehensive. It's important, I think, for people to understand that we are not testing an electric motorcycle. We're testing a specific business solution that utilizes electric motorcycles. Piloting an electric motorcycle is a simple process. Piloting an enterprise that engages an electric motorcycle is comprehensive. We already know the electric motorcycles in the pilot program work, and we know how far the batteries can take the bikes. We know how much weight can be carried by the bikes. We are trialing a business solution that has the potential rapidly utilize thousands of electric motorcycles. If we are introducing an electric motorcycle to the consumer market, we would have to develop an overall marketing program that created demand amongst individuals with the resources to individually purchase an electric motorcycle. We'd be competing with brand names to include Harley Davidson, and Harley Davidson's not had too much success with all the resources behind their brand. Getting an electric motorcycle introduced to the consumer market. Instead, we are introducing an electric motorcycle solution to an existing enterprise that already uses millions of combustion engine motorcycles, the motorcycle taxi or boda boda market in Africa. We're not trying to convince millions of individual consumers on the benefits of our value proposition. We're trying to convince a few individuals that have decision-making authority over the engagement of millions of motorcycles on the benefits of our value proposition. The purpose of our pilot is to demonstrate that the deployment of electric motorcycles into the boda boda enterprise can work as efficiently, if not more efficiently, than the combustion engine motorcycles currently deployed in the boda boda enterprise. Our pilot program has to address important maintenance, charging, and financing among other enterprise-pacing items. Our electric motorcycle solutions ability to address key enterprise pacing points has to be deemed credible by boda boda management firms, drivers, co-ops, local financing institutions, local manufacturers and importers, as well as the government officials that regulate various aspects of the boda boda enterprise. I believe our pilot program is being well received by all boda boda key parties in regards to all essential boda boda pacing points. I am optimistic that our first electric motorcycle deployment target following the pilot can be 20,000 electric motorcycles, for surpassing the 2,000 trial order we built the pilot around. I believe the number can rapidly grow from 20,000. Electric motorcycles are good for the environment, but the business deployment of electric motorcycle has to be equally efficient to combustion engine motorcycles in order for the environmental benefits to be achieved. While the argument that any additional expenses that come with the adoption of electric vehicle alternatives should be accepted in order to achieve the associated environmental benefits might hold water in a developed economic region, the argument is a reach in developing economic region already suffering essential resource shortages. Our comprehensive pilot has the goal of achieving environmental benefits with an economically efficient solution. I'm confident our pilot can meet this goal. I expect to be back in Kenya later this month, and I look forward to continuing to report on the progress of our pilot. Dr. Randall Tono, CEO. ALYI has seeded an overall EV ecosystem solution with the development of its own EV motorcycle business discussed above. Instead of introducing a single EV product, ALYI's business focus is on the introduction of an EV ecosystem that addresses the entire EV adoption environment, from the perpetual design of best-in-class vehicle to the perpetual best-in-design of merit of mechanical and digital systems that go into a best-in-class vehicle, from the charging and maintenance infrastructure that goes into supporting consumer and commercial vehicles to the EV value proposition itself that drivers, consumers, and businesses to transition from combustion engines to electric power vehicles. Ultimately, ALYI does not intend to go it alone on the overall development and rollout of its EV ecosystem. ALYI is building a core element into its ecosystem that attracts, if not compels, the participation of all would-be brand name EV industry leaders in an annual EV symposium and conference. The EV symposium and conference will be anchored by an EV race event in Kenya that comes with a substantial brand name. The EV race market was valued in 2019 at over $80 billion, and it's anticipated to grow to over $200 billion by 2025. ALYI's EV ecosystem is founded on building participation in an EV race event as a central component in advancing EV technology and EV branding. ALYI has been developing a partnership with a major EV racing brand for more than 2 years now. Over a year ago, ALYI entered into a formal partnership agreement that includes that EV racing brand. The first milestone objectives contemplated under the agreement have been achieved, and the next steps are imminent. ALYI expects the next steps to include naming the EV racing brand, at which time ALYI management anticipates ALYI's overall visibility within the global EV market to be substantially elevated. The objective of the EV symposium and conference anchored by EV Race is to advance EV technology by building EV solutions for the African market, a power-constrained, rugged environment with one of the lowest per capita transportation deployments in the world. EV solutions for the African market will be applicable the world over. EV solutions designed and built in Africa also contribute to building an autonomous African economy. ALYI has designed its EV ecosystem solution to include democratized participation. ALYI has partnered with Revolt Token to finance ALYI's growth by offering participation in EV ecosystem through the sale of Revolt tokens. To learn more about the Revolt token and how to participate in ALYI's electric vehicle ecosystem through the purchase of Revolt tokens, visit rvlttoken.com. ALYI plans to make a major announcement later this month regarding the EV race that management expects will garner substantial attention to ALYI's overall EV ecosystem strategy. For more information and to stay up to date on ALYI's overall latest developments, please visit www.alternatesystemsinc.com. And I'll go ahead and put all the links into the description below, so that way you guys can check them all out. Thank you again, everybody, and we will see you guys next time.